Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
A very, very good evening to one and all. Hi-Fi Network Hub always prides itself in showcasing those profiles who are so committed to what they believe in. We firmly believe that when you connect with the person and feel the sincerity and the passion behind their mission to achieve what they set out to, it is but natural to follow their lead. This particular special soul who is going to be talking to us today is one such person whose commitment to what he believes in is so strong that I have personally seen how blindly people just follow him. I put this down to the strong faith and conviction that defies all logic to be the source of such a huge fan following. Today, I do hope that by the end of this talk, we will see the logic behind the faith and the conviction that is such a driving force in Dr. Yugandhar GR's life. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rubinaji. Thanks a lot to be here with you.
I am going to take this conversation with a slightly different or a little bit more about what I know about you, Dr. Saab. And I do hope that our viewers will get to know the personal side of you. We know that you are a trained and a qualified surgeon, sir, in the conventional system of medicine. And yet, with such a strong background based in science, how did spirituality and your mission now, your mission, which has reached the third World Parliament on Spirituality, how did this come about? How did this happen?
Yeah. So, for everything that which is big and large, the stories are seemingly casual. The greatest events of life, the greatest events of the world, the greatest achievements of the world most often begin in a very humble way, in a seemingly casual way, as if it never happens at all. In this case, a World Parliament on Spirituality as well. It all started with a hunch, a revelation, a gut feeling, and an inner voice, which has been given by a higher consciousness. So the gut feeling and the message that was given in the year 2004 was so much strong that I was forced to reduce my surgical practice a lot. And three words were given in the revelation: the world united. So I didn't know then what to do with these three words. Who am I? What am I to do anything in terms of uniting the world? Uniting the world on what basis? So these were bigger puzzles those days in 2004. So I didn't do anything but trying to contemplate what it could be for 3 years.
Right.
2007, so the inspiration to start the spiritual parliament came to my mind. 2012, the idea of the World Parliament on Spirituality came. So we started the World Parliament on Spirituality in 2012. So from 2007 to 2012, for 5 years, we experimented with smaller events at national level and regional level about how we can actually manifest an event and how we can actually interact with so many types of spiritual schools of thought, diverse schools of thought available across the world. So I've been experiencing, attending, meeting them, learning from them, sharing so many things related to spirituality. And first World Parliament happened in a very grand way, the most magnificent event that I've ever seen and visualized.
Wow.
And the second one followed the suit in 2016 in Utah, USA. And the third one is coming up as a series of events continent-wise this year from October to December.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, so that is how it happened. I have still not been able to get the heart of of our doctor into the conversation yet, and I'm hoping that as more and more questions come out, people would realize the kind of uh, commitment that you have towards what you do would definitely um, be conveyed across to the others. Your passion, your want for people to actually feel the same sense of conviction that you feel, Dr. Sa.
Yeah.
There must be something that is the heart of your event. What is that heart that you want people to connect with? What is the vision that you want people to connect with?
Yeah. So just now I uttered the word unity consciousness. The world has to be united.
Yes.
On what basis the world can be united?
Mm-hmm.
So the world can be united on only one theme or principle, that is inner awakening.
Right.
Unless the person is awakened from inside, he cannot actually get connected to anything else or anybody else.
Right.
People feel much disintegrated. People feel much divisive. People feel much disconnected with
Mm-hmm.
one's own self. Because they
Right.
are disconnected with one's own self, they feel disconnected with everybody else. So the whole world, majorities wise, are living in a much disturbed environment,
Right.
much divisive environment. The separative consciousness is ruling the rooster. Everybody is feeling aloof and separated. How different I am is the most dominating principle for most of the people.
Right.
We don't think in terms of how similar I am with anyone or anything. How I can be in resonance with everything else or everybody else. How I can be in resonance with the nature. We don't think that way. So when we try to think how similar I am, how resonant I am, how much I am in sync with everything else or everybody else, we find or we move to a paradigm shift. That
Right.
paradigm shift, I call it as inner awakening.
Right.
So every person, whomsoever wants to understand this unity consciousness, has to understand the meaning of oneness within first.
Right.
Because most of the people, if you observe,
Mm-hmm.
they think, act, feel, believe in bits and pieces of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
They don't use the complete holistic way of their own thinking or their own spirit. They don't use the 360 degrees. The activities are much segmentalized and much sectarian in nature. Only a part of the whole they are using. Only one area of or one dimension of life they're experiencing. If a person tries to explore many dimensions of one's own self, the bits and pieces of consciousness, which is working in a very disseminative way, in a centrifugalized way, from center to periphery, that's how most people are working.
Yes.
So this will be reversed.
Right.
Everything is converged. Everything gets centripetalized. Everything becomes collective.
Yes.
When this convergence happens within, he understands the meaning of the unity consciousness. So unity consciousness is not is can only be intellectually understood or conceptually understood for many denser minds. But the
Mm-hmm.
real experiential understanding can happen only when a person is awakened from within. So instead of working on the masses, we are selecting the cream layer, the wise people of the planet. The spiritual people are supposed to be the wisest. That's
Right.
the reason why the World Parliament on Spirituality, and we're inviting all the spiritually wise from different and diverse spiritual schools of thought across the world. And our expectation is at least to have one presenter from each country of the world.
Right.
And we are getting wonderful results.
Yes.
Magnificent people coming across. So
Yes.
one within, once it is awakened, once a person understands the center of one's own consciousness, he understands the center of the consciousness of whole mankind.
They
So
reflect. Yes.
yeah, so our attempt is to converge the or centralize the consciousness of entire mankind. Like convergence happened at individual level, let the whole mankind as a species, as a Homo sapiens. Why
Right.
can't we converge the entire mankind's consciousness? Based
Right.
upon this principle, based upon this idea, the World Parliament on Spirituality has
Came
been listed, and this is the third edition.
beautiful. So
Unfolding.
beautiful. So beautiful. In my own words, I would love to reiterate what you said in maybe a layman's terms, because I'm actually getting to know you better each day. And it's been a short time since I myself have got to know you better. So, from the little that I understand, Dr. Saab, and please feel free to correct me if I am not understanding the concept as you would want people to understand it. From what I believe, if I can um, literally connect with myself within me and be able to, instead of being scattered and then wondering about how I perceive others, if I can perceive the beauty within myself and grow on it and be able to spread it across every single individual that I come across, and the other individuals do the same, connecting with each other, knowing that they and I, or I and they are one. We are all the same and we become one eventually. Is that what
Yes,
I
exactly.
understand? Wow. And
Exactly.
that is really, really beautiful, because I know that eventually, whatever it is that we are, we see that in the others. If we are good, we see the good in others. If we are a little naughty, we see the naughtiness in the others, I suppose. So I hope that every viewer who is watching us, they understand that the idea is nothing more than to make sure that all of us are one at the end of the day. And that is what your mission, your vision is, to make sure that every single human being who connects through your vibrations feels this connect, feels the beauty of what you are bringing across to their platform. Thank you for letting me rephrase the whole thing. In
Yeah.
case people were not in sync, I hope that as we keep speaking, they will get to know more and more about your vision, which is so encompassing of everybody around you. Dr. Saab, there were a few questions that came up to make sure that people get the right idea and the information about the event that you are wanting to have, which begins on the 5th of October. Um, the first question that comes up is, why should they join? Why should people join this World Parliament of Spirituality, the third session that you're having? Why should they join? What value will they find?
Yeah. See, if you sow a seed of coconut, it won't turn into a tree of mango. A
This
seed
is
of coconut grows into a coconut tree. A seed of mango grows into a mango tree.
right.
Similarly, the seed of the spirit, the seed of consciousness, that which we are made up of,
Right.
if that is sown already with us, we are physically alive, we have a seed within. It has to evolve. It has to evolve into a tree of consciousness.
Right.
When the tree of consciousness growth is erratic or aberrant or anomalous, something has to happen. A revolution has to happen across the world. So many spiritual masters are required. When Gautama Buddha was alive 2500 years back, it is supposed to be, the world population is supposed to be only 20 million, 2
Right.
crores world population.
Right.
Now the world population is 750 crores.
Yeah.
For 2 crore population those days, the contemporaries of Gautama Buddha were Mahavir Jain, Confucius, Lao Tzu, Socrates, so many aborigines, so many shamans and Maoris,
Yes.
and Hermes Trismegisticus in Egypt.
Right.
So many types of great masters were there when Gautama Buddha was alive for a population of only 2 crores.
Right.
Then internet was not there, StreamYard was not there, Zoom was
Yes.
not there. So, but physically they have to carry themselves, travel from place to place, educate people.
Right.
That was a golden era, spiritually speaking, golden era.
Right.
But presently, for 750 crore population with so much of technology ready at hand, ready to communicate, there is no place such as far away now.
Yes.
Everything is, you can do, you can call, connect with anyone. Yeah, just a click, mobile
Yes.
click.
Yes.
But for the size of population, how many people are required? So
A
many
lot.
people are required. Thousands and thousands of people are required. We all need to educate ourselves and educate our own community, our own species, Homo sapiens. So we have kept a tagline for World Parliament: Earth is one, truth is one, we are one. Actually, we should be called as we is one. It should be called
So beautiful.
not.
Is one.
Yeah.
Very
So,
nice. Very nice.
so this
Yes.
oneness has to be awakened. This is the nature of species. If you observe the cat family of entire cat family of the world, dog family of the world, the mango trees entire world, every species of every tree, plant, a fish, an arboreal, an aquatic, and terrestrial, everything has got a species consciousness. Why not humans? Humans' problem is, with the seed of consciousness, there is a layer of mist, a layer of dust. That is called as mind.
Yeah. I was just going to
When
point
we
out.
remove
Yes.
that layer, then when we remove that sheath, sprouts. So we need just small help, small guidance for this seed to sprout and turn into a tree of consciousness.
Beautiful, beautifully put. Dr. Saab, let me tell you why I would want to be a part of WPS, in short, the World Parliament of Spirituality, the third event which is going to be happening. From my point of view, as a layperson, from what I have seen on your website, and that is what I would want our viewers to understand from a layperson's point of view, those who have not really heard about your sessions before. As a stranger to it, the most impressive thing that came across from your website, sir, was the fact that there are so many varied speakers from different parts of the world. They have such beautiful personas, and you know that these people are there only to share about what they can do for the mankind as whole, sharing the goodness within their knowledge, their journey that can help and inspire us. And it doesn't have to come from the cultural perspective. I think the fact that there are so many different people from different cultural backgrounds, different races of people together who are sharing the same topic, one topic called spirituality, that is um, that is the most attractive thing here for me, because I see that no matter from which part of the world we are, eventually we are one. And that is your vision, that is your mission. And I do
Yeah.
hope that when people look at the website, they will know exactly what you're trying to bring across to everyone. That there is no color, no race, no caste, no creed, no religion. It's just the oneness between all of us. I hope that that would also be one of the reasons why our viewers would want to be a part of this session. Going on, I love what you do, and I seem to be speaking more on your behalf, but I am really truly impressed, Dr. Saab, and I hope that people will carry away what I feel with what you are doing and what your mission is. Having said that, one of the questions that we would want our viewers to know, is it mandatory to join all the days? Because I know that the session begins on 5th of October and it goes well into the last week of December, or the 23rd of December. Could you please tell us whether it is important to be across all the events and all the days?
Yeah. See, now for the third edition of the World Parliament on Spirituality, which was supposed to be a physical event, which was planned as a physical event, till February, we were booking venues in Europe and North America and Asia. Almost these three areas are almost booked, the venues. We were ready for the invitations and manifesting this event, planning everything. So suddenly, March, the whole world has been gripped with this coronavirus, and everything has been shattered. So we waited for at least a couple of months for this virus to go off, but it is not going, and more the incidents of this problem rising. The mortality rate was raised. So much of social distancing or everything wherever there is a crowd has been closed. So still July 15th, we were just contemplating about the World Parliament, what should be done. So finally, on 15th of July, we took a decision to go ahead with on virtual platform. So within 15 days, 45 days, 450 speakers were registered.
Fantastic.
For North America, almost 150 speakers for North America alone. So
Right.
we are expecting at least 200 speakers each continent. Put
Right.
together at least 1,000 speakers minimum, and we will definitely achieve that mark of 1,000 people. Already we have 450, and another 1 week, another 100 or 150 will join. So the first event is going to be in Australia, as you told, from 5th of October. Each event
Right.
for 5 days. So, and every month we have two events: Australia and Europe in October, South
Right.
America and North America in November, Africa and Asia in December. So a
Right.
person, depending upon his free time, free space, availability, and his interest in all these things, can register for any event, even for a single day or 2 days or a whole event or a whole series of events.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
so, yeah,
Yes.
please.
Sorry, Dr. Saab, but if there are people who are wanting to do multiple events, I would the fact that they need to, there is a certain charge involved, which is very, very authentic, because we are looking to accumulate funds to make sure that our future events will also be a super success, and we would be able to give back much more. Based on that, the fact that there is a payment involved, could you please tell me whether there is any special discount for our members who would like to take on the early bird offer? And if there is, when does it begin and when does it end?
See, actually, we planned for making this event free of cost
Right,
till 3 weeks back.
right,
And 3 weeks, within these 3 weeks, there was so much of discussions on the event management side, so much costs involved, and the future plans of doing is nationwide in 2021. As
right.
we are doing continent wise this year, only 6 event series. There will be 200 events in 2021.
Wow.
So there's going to be a lot of upfront money required for managing so many events. 200 events in a year is not a small thing, and
Oh,
national level events. And we are aiming at 10,000 speakers next year. So
wow.
10,000 spiritual master coming into this umbrella of unity consciousness. So unity is different from uniformity. I want to make
This,
sure.
yes, yes,
Uniformity is you and I, okay, we are similar, we are human beings, but yet little different. We have our
yes,
own style, we are
right,
different in size and shape, but in spirit we are okay, consciousness, but we are different, that uniqueness, that flavor of each person. A jasmine has to be jasmine, a rose has to be rose. That's the
right,
beauty of nature.
right,
Similarly, without losing one's own uniqueness, individuality, anything, still we can practice oneness. That's the real oneness.
correct,
Birds of same feather flocking together is ordinary. Birds of
correct.
different colors,
Yes, nature
plumages,
you
flocking
beauty.
together. Yeah, that's the
Yes,
real beauty. That's the nature. That's the environment. That is eco spirituality. So that's what we are aiming at.
right,
So for communities who want a special discount type of thing, they can put a mail to
right,
the worldnated team at gmail.com. So
right,
the email is there in the website. They can ask for any special discounts whatsoever. But thing is, the main purpose of this event is not about money or anything. It is about requirement. So it's a
right,
requirement. And apart from that, we also have given a call to the world that on 21st December 2020, between
right,
5 p.m. to 6 p.m.,
right,
wherever you are, meditate, please. The way you meditate, we don't fix this is the ultimate method of meditation. We don't tell like that. But if
right.
you are not already in the path of meditation, we can tell you some method of meditation. But if you're
Right.
already a path of meditation, please practice the way you have been into. And for 1 hour from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 21st December 2020, we want 100 million people to meditate wherever they are.
God
When
willing.
when the same experiment was done in 2012,
Hmm.
10 million people to meditate wherever you are. You know how many people signed up? 42 million people signed up in 2012.
We know that you have a fantastic fan following. This, and it's not surprising. And I hope that this year it not just doubles, but it triples and quadruples into one consciousness for everybody. I really genuinely hope and pray for that, for the beautiful mission that you've set out on, Dr. Saab. So, So uh, there is no early bird offer,
There are.
because so is there an early bird
Yeah.
offer?
Yeah. Yeah.
There is
There is
an early
a.
bird offer. Great. So for our viewers, please reach out. There is the telephone number, the contact number, and the email which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Please reach out for more information. Also, I'm sure that if you are going to be getting seats in bulk, or many members are wanting to join, I'm sure if you do reach out with your numbers, I'm sure that there would be something very special waiting for all of you all. Dr. Saab, quickly, another um, a couple of more questions that come here. I know that you are very open to receiving volunteers who are willing to give their little bit to whatever it is that is going to work for all of us in the long run. So, are you still open to having new volunteers join you, or are the volunteers list closed for now?
Yeah, we are fortunate that some of the warrior souls came joined us as volunteers. I'm very happy with that. But still, it is always a beauty. It is always magnificent to work with wonderful spiritual souls. Be it a
Right.
small event, a larger event, doesn't matter. It is always wonderful. So we always welcome the new volunteers wherever they are, whoever they are. Let them share their expertise. We want expertise. We want to work with all types of experts. So it's
Excellent.
always a beauty. It's always awesome to work with great people, wonderful people.
Thank
Yeah,
you. So, for those viewers who are watching us and you want to be that small ripple that can cause the beauty of what is definitely going to be manifested, please do reach out to Dr. Saab and also to us. And we are more than happy to put you all in touch with the people who are helping to manage this and to manifest this whole thing into a reality. So please do reach out to us for the same. There is one more question, Dr. Saab. You were referring to speakers and you are expecting speakers to register with you. Are you still I know that you've already got your contacts, your connects, people who already fall all over themselves wanting to be a part of this particular event. But are you open to having other speakers joining you? And if so, firstly, are you open to having new
yeah,
speakers register with you? If
yeah.
the answer is yes, then I will ask you the next question that comes to my mind.
Yeah. So yeah, see, already I told 450 speakers signed up,
Right.
and the top events are Australia, Europe, South America, North America, Africa. Last comes Asia. Now we are talking from Asian continent.
Right.
So, as a top priority, if any speaker is willing to join in the rest of these continents, from Asia, not Asia, from Australia, Europe, North and South America, Africa, most welcome. We'll be very happy to invite you as a speaker. It is our great honor, great privilege to have you wherever you are. Please sign up as a speaker. But
Super.
for Asia, it is coming last event. We'll again open this invitations later, little later.
I am sure there will be a lot of people wanting to flock in. Dr. Saab, there is one question that they may have on their mind. Um, to be a speaker, what is your expectation? What or how much should they be qualified or capable? What is your expectation, your simple expectations from a speaker who wants to be on board with you?
Yeah, it is very simple. We have devised some categories of themes of world parliament and spirituality. We have grossly divided into two categories: the pure spirituality and applied spirituality. Pure spirituality about what I have been speaking about, awakening the consciousness, all these self-relation, enlightenment aspects of oneself. Applied spirituality is once you are awake and you apply to social reality. Spirituality applied to health, spirituality applied to education, environment, youth empowerment, women empowerment, media, good governance and politics, business and management, science and technology, interfaith
Ah,
unity, spirituality and
wow.
yoga.
Wow. Super, super. So, anyone who is able to, like, for example, yourself, you are a beautiful example of being a general surgeon, a doctor, and I know that you were rushing against time before this interview. You were actually taking care of a patient. There was an emergency, and it took you a few extra minutes to join us, just I think 2 minutes before the interview began. But that goes to show that you are a science person. At the same time, you are committed to spirituality, and you are able to use spirituality in uh, in the real life scenarios. So you would be a great example of anyone who feels that spirituality as well as reality both can be a beautiful balanced part of a person's life, and you're willing to bring this across to your platform. So they are the kind of people who can apply. Am I correct, Dr. Saab?
Yes, exactly. See,
Super.
most important thing to understand is spirituality cannot be separated from daily life.
Right.
Spirituality percolates through everything that we think, everything that we do. So whatever talk that we are doing now, there is also spiritual. When you are alone, isolated within ourselves, there is also spirituality. Whether you brush your teeth, take your bath, talk to people, do surgery, everything is spirituality. So apply your spiritual wisdom to whatever that we do. So that's what is spirituality. It is not about spirituality. It's not about going to Himalayas, Andes, and Alps, leaving all your families and responsibilities and kids and spouses, living like a recluse, taciturn, reticent to all types of things. No, it's not like that. We should be on the normal life, but yet different inside, awakened inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anything else that I have not been able to bring across to our audience, Dr. Saab? Please let me know any other thoughts in your mind that you would want our audience to be aware of, to know. Please tell
Yeah.
us.
I want people to meditate on top priority and learn from several types of teachers, several types of masters. And in the spiritual world or any other knowledge areas like surgery or spirituality or marine engineering or biology or any science, arts even, we have several teachers. So catch hold of teachings, catch hold of the wisdom, not teacher. When you catch
Mm,
hold of teaching, you become that one day. Catch hold of the
wow.
wisdom. So if you catch hold of teacher, you become a disciple or a student or fan of him. You become a blind admirer. Okay, everything is fine, but you will never become wise. Be wise. Let everything comes within. We have to understand. Everyone, whoever is listening, has to understand this point of contemplation. Thank you
I'm
very
lost
much.
for words. I am so lost for words. Um, I am actually lost for words. I'm not exaggerating because what you say hits home, and that logic is what I think makes the fans as crazy and as blind in inverted commas, because there's total logic behind your spirituality. And I think that is what makes you who you are, making the kind of difference that you do among lives. Dr. Yugandhar sir, I am blessed to have had the
I'm
opportunity
also blessed, Rubinaji. Thank you very much.
to have had you on my platform where I have been able to showcase you. I feel doubly blessed that I'm able to connect with your thoughts and share it in my own words to those people who are listening to me. I sincerely hope that a lot of people find a lot of value in what you have brought across to our lives in this day and age. And I think in a very good way that COVID happening was good, because now we would be able to get the exposure of different people from different races, cultures saying the same thing. And I think that is the most
Yeah.
impactful thing.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Dr. Saab. Thank you
Thank you.
very much for being here.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to being a part of the event. Thank you
Yeah.
again.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.